Hello, my newcomers. My name's Jake Allen Graham. Old timers viewing me. Hello again, and I'm reviewing 2007 flick, the fourth theatrical installment to the Highlander and last one to the franchise, original movie franchise. There's 4 installments. And I recommend you don't watch this one. Look, I personally love the original 3 Highlander movies, the first 3. And I like part of the, I like some of a Highlander Endgame. It was a mixed bag of movie for me, Highlander Endgame. Highlander Endgame was a good place they should have ended it at. Personally, I think they should have ended it with the 3rd one. Because that's how Endgame ends and ties into Sorcerer is a bit of a misguided direction, which it takes with the 4th one. To understand the problem with the 4th one, first you gotta understand what Highlander Endgame did with the last one. Oh no, Highlander Endgame was 4. This one's 5. Highlander 5 is the Sorcerer. It's shit. Highlander 4 was called Highlander Endgame, known as, is where about the first two halves of the movie, but then when it gets near to the end, when we was about to getting closer to wrapping up its story for the third, after the events after the 3rd one, where it makes this really kind of foolish decision to kill off the original main character and have him sacrifice himself with his friendship with his friend, or for his friend. I mean, personally, well, it worked actually in the movie, content of the movie. However, I really think Highlander Endgame really should have ended it and not returned to the franchise. But that's not what happened. We got a 5th one in 2007 after Highlander 4 kind of wraps things up by ending the original icon and killing him off in the 4th outing after the halfway point is almost is in the movie's almost over. So he gets a good heroic death in a way because he sacrificed himself for his friendship. He chooses friendship over being immortal. So his friend becomes he gets to kill the main character. Yeah, I guess I didn't really hate it and hate the first 4 Highlander movies. I really loved the first 4 Highlander movies. However, I don't think we really ever should have returned to the franchise with the 5th installment. Especially when the 4th installment ended everything and called it Endgame. Highlander Endgame, and it showed the original Highlander character of the original main character of the first 3 movies that we follow along and get killed off. And I mean, I guess it felt like it felt well written, and the death, but However, that was kind of the problem. Was it would have been good if they ended it there and just made a straight up remake boot in 2007. But no, they made another sequel, a fifth installment, within 2007, a few years after 2000. The last Highlander movie came out in 2000, then 2007 happened, was Highlander 5, The Sorcerer. And my God, this movie, ugh, I really don't like this movie a lot, at all. And this movie was pointless, forgettable, filled with tons of shock value, of pointless shock deaths, with tons of characters that are the Highlanders and stuff, and like Grotesque's death, and it just feels like I mean, to the plus side, the character cast is talented, the cast. But they could be doing better stuff with their talents than they be in this movie. You feel just bad for them watching this train wreck of a movie. The Sorcerer was really was when the franchise, I think, started to suck for me. Was the last installment. But the first four were pretty damn good, I thought. I wish they didn't kill off the main character in the fourth one, yeah. Because it was very emotional and sad for me, but it was kind of effective still. And made sense of the movie, and it was nice ending to the original character. I thought, and you know, he didn't got it when he died in the movie Endgame at the end. And Highlander the Sorcerer was very forgettable and unoriginal, uninspiring mess of a plot with tons of characters, tons of shock deaths that feel pointless and just grotesque and not really emotional. Just feel like shock for the sake of trying to get his reaction of the audience. Like, it's like, you wonder, do these people know even how to make an action movie? I mean, the deaths are horrifying, like a horror movie, but, they don't know how to make the really ain't action ever happens in this movie. There's more talking and scavenger hunting on foot. This movie was very forgetful. It feels like a stupid, poor excuse to bring back the franchise after you just should have leave it to rest was after Endgame ended it, you know? And should have just remake it with this instead of making this movie. Make it a hard remake instead of making this movie is what they should have done in 2007. But that's not what happened. We had Highlander the Sorcerer, the fifth installment to Highlander. And last, oh boy, this movie left a bad taste in my mind. My mouth, I mean, I think this was called. It fucked my brain. Fried it. My brain fried watching this movie. Destroyed it, I think, was this. It's like, holy crap. So as much as I hate this movie, I can't give it a lower point than a 6 out of 10. For mediocre was shit garbage. of a movie. Still a lot better than Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther or Endgame by Avengers. Again, I mean, when I say Endgame, I mean Avengers Endgame. I mean, but that's probably just because I think this is a shorter movie than Avengers Endgame. I'm trying to remember where I was going with this example. Fuck. Anyway, that's why I give Highlander the Sorcerer a 6 out of 10.